cut as a fire and intake here. And right there on the motor stand is the cursed 307 we took out of the 65. In today's video, fire and intake, we're gonna take this thing completely apart and figure out what was wrong with it. So here's the 307. I got the flywheel and clutch and everything off. As you can see, we still got all this rat nest. I mean, look at that junk. It's all up in here on the seal and everything, and no wonder this thing wasn't turning fast enough. It probably was still holding it back because there was a bunch on the flywheel still. Here's the outside of the flywheel. You can see where the pressure plate and everything kind of has these little, it didn't create ridges or nothing, but it just created like a kind of a shadow. But I'm probably gonna get this thing either sand down or something. And then here's the more rat nesting. Here's the pressure plate and the clutch and everything. As you can see, this plate here got ridges all in it. I mean, even if we did get this motor running, we'd have to replace the clutch anyway, because as you can see, it's pretty bad. Here's the pressure plate. It's got all the ridges in there. And we broke the other side. As you can see, we bent this one and broke this one. So we're gonna need a new clutch. Gonna need to sand down this flywheel. But now it's gonna begin the teardown process. So I think the best way to approach taking down this engine is start at the top. Take the intake off, the heads off, spin it around, go to the bottom. Get the oil pan off, then start pulling the crank and the piston and stuff. So shouldn't take too long. Let's get started on it. I don't know if y'all can see in these pistons good or not, but this thing is still full of dirt. Even after I cleaned it out that time, I guess it scraped up new dirt, but this thing, even if we did get it running, I'm glad we pulled it, because I mean, it wouldn't have ran. It would have locked up in no time. So we're still gonna have to, when I take this thing apart, I'm gonna have to clean all that out, but it's pretty bad. But let's get back to time lapse. We're gonna pull this other head and then we're gonna flip it over. So I just pulled the timing chain, gear and everything. I can't get these piston rods, the connecting rods, I cannot get them loose for some reason. I got all this unbolted, all the main bearing caps off, but I can't get the thing unloosened. So I'm going to try to take this cam out right quick, and then we're going to see if we can get the rest of this crankshaft out. So I think I finally figured out what was wrong with this engine. The lifters are so worn out, they will not come out. The cam is stuck in there. I can pull it out about halfway. I did one time, and then now it won't come out no more. But you know, remember if you watch the videos how it spun and it kind of got like hard to spin? Well, look at this. Easy, easy, hard, super hard, and then it's easy again. And with this cam out, this engine was turning over just fine. So these lifters are stuck in here, and I don't know how I'm gonna get them out, but that's what I'm gonna have to do. Get these out, pop this cam out, and then I'm gonna take this whole block and clean it. This thing should be good. I'm telling you, that's the problem. Them bad lifters in it, but this whole engine needs to be resurfaced anyway. I was looking down at the pistons in here, and they look like they're burnt. I can't really, I'm gonna have to look at them when I get them out, but you can kind of see them. But that's what's wrong with the cam and the lifters. The lifters being stuck, that's the problem. So you see we're pretty far tore down. I was gonna have to get these things are stuck as well. I'm gonna have to get these off, get this crankshaft out, and then pull the cam out. And we should be golden. After we clean this thing out, we should be able to put this thing back together and it should fire up no problem. So let's try to do it. All right, so the only thing I have left out of this engine is a crankshaft here, and I gotta get this off to get this crankshaft out. But I got the cam out. Let's see. You can kind of see down there. The lifters, I had to hit them and knock them through the other side. They was stuck in there. They would not come through. This is what they look like here. So yeah, it's pretty, the cam was in good shape. The lobes wasn't worn off or anything, but you can get really small lobes. I guess that's the one that came with it. But now I'm just gonna get the crankshaft out, excuse me, and we should be good to go. So let's get to it. Friends, here's the difference in this engine without the camshaft. With it getting locked up, I'd spin it 2/3 of the way easy and then 1/3 of the way hard. Now this is me doing this with one hand, and it's all easy. I mean, I don't have an ounce of feedback. Like it isn't bothering me at all. So definitely was the camshaft and that. So I'm excited to get this thing tore apart, clean this thing really well, put it back together, and get a rebuild on it. And we're gonna have us a running engine, and I'm excited. Well, I've done it. I've taken this engine and taken it down to the complete block. So you can see we had dirt all in these piston walls. Piston walls themselves look like they're in decent shape. Seen much scratches or nothing on the pistons. There's a little bit. To show you, here's the pistons. 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, they see a little bit of scratching. Some of them are a little worse than others. Let's see. Okay. There was one of them that was pretty bad. This one was kind of bad. This is the 8th. Some scoring on that one. This one was a bad one. This is 4. So this one here, I don't see much. Probably just needs to get cleaning, but obviously it had a lot of dirt in it, so we're going to need to pressure wash the thing. But yep, everything's out. One of the first piston, the ring was broken on it, and when I knocked it out, it just fell apart. So I'm glad I knocked them all out. So now we're gonna pressure wash the block, and then we're gonna get everything back in and hopefully get this thing running.